So we're with Jiah Khan today, who's just finished Nishab and is now preparing for her release on Gajni, which is releasing on Boxing Day, 26th December.
That's so true.
Yeah? How are you feeling about the release? Are you excited?
I'm very nervous.
Do you think this movie will give you sort of a new... Maybe some people are saying it's sort of a new launch for you to... Because I believe your character in this is very different from that of Nishab.
Well, yes. I mean, I play a completely different role. And it's not necessarily a relaunch. Maybe for some people it is. The people who didn't really necessarily like my character in my first film will definitely like this.
And you play the second lead, is that right? Or?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, we have the same number of... same amount of... Yes, okay. The same number of scenes. She's romantically linked to Amir, and I play a medical student who helps him, but she does also die in the middle of the film.
So how was it working with Amir? And
fabulous. I think he's an amazing human being and obviously an amazing actor, and I got to learn a lot.
Now you've worked with Amitabh and Amir. Who after this would you aspire to work with? You've worked with the two of the best already in your first two films.
It'd be nice to work with King Khan, I think. That would really put another sort of name on my list, which would be great.
And when you sign a film, is it more important? Because you've signed films so far. You've got a film with Amitabh, with Amir, with Shahid, and with Akshay Kumar, I believe, as well. Do you? I mean, is the male actor, the star status, very important to you when signing a film?
Not necessarily. The role has to be good. Obviously, when a star, comes along with the whole sort of project, then it does add, a few stars in my mind. And obviously, it's going to be a pretty good film because if they're linked with the film, then they've definitely seen some sort of potential. So,
who do you think is the hottest new male newcomer?
That would have to be Imran.
Imran, who's Amir's nephew, is that right?
Yes.
And would you love to work with him, and
yeah,
why?
I think he's got a lot of potential, and I think he is very good looking, and he's got a lot of talent.
And what about who do you think at the moment is the best female newcomer? And who maybe is your greatest threat? Same person or different person?
I think the best newcomer would have to be Deepika. I think Sonam is quite beautiful too. As far as threat is concerned, I think we're in completely different sort of... I mean, we all look very different, so it depends on what, the character requires. So no one's a threat, in my opinion, because everyone can bring a different sort of set of qualities to a role, and everyone plays it differently. But if we're asking the question theoretically, then I guess all of them are.
How was it working with Arsen? Was there any animosity, or were you great friends, or...?
Well, I've never met her properly. The first version of the film that was made, she was terrific in that, and that's all really I know of her.
Right. And any plans for the future as films are concerned? Have you signed any new films at the moment? Or is that all kept?
Only 3 films that I have, which everyone knows about, and the rest we'll see.
And how about directors? Which director would you love to work with?
I think my favourite director would have to be Mani Ratnam.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from that, there's so many new directors that are coming that seem really interesting as well. And I just will take it as it comes.
Now, there's been a lot of talk about you and Kangana at the moment in the papers. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I don't really know her, nor do I really know of her. So I really don't have anything to say apart from the fact that, I think it's quite sad for people to make up lies to get attention, but everyone has their own little, set of rules in their mind, what they think is right.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are also saying that it could also be Rick, your designer, who is stirring things up. What do you have to say about that?
Well, he's not really my designer. He's a designer in a film of mine, so it's... he makes good clothes for that particular role, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm. And would you love to work with him again in the future?
If he makes good enough clothes in that film, and if it's appreciated, then anyone has good potential. if I feel I need them or their sort of style in another film, then yeah.
Do you admire Kangana's style? Do you think it's something that should be copied or idolized?
Well, I don't really see her enough to sort of notice her style. I really don't really have much to say. All I can really say is that, you know, my style is definitely very different because I've been brought up in London. I was born in New York, so I don't think I'd really idolize someone else's style when I have so much background knowledge on fashion.
And after working with Amitabh, do you still keep in touch? Do you still, I mean, is he, because you did form a good relationship with him, you know, during the filming. Have you kept that up?
Not necessarily. I haven't really found a reason to, you know, send him mindless text messages. When I saw the last time I saw him, it was really nice to see him again, and he was very cordial and quite friendly, and that's nice.
Right. And anyone in the industry who you really greatly admire and would just love to work with? Male, female, director, actor, anyone?
I think someone who is quite admirable is definitely Madhuri Dixit, because she's really sustained herself for a long period of time, and coming from the industry and being part of the industry now, I realize it's very hard to even last that long because it takes a lot of toll on you and your family and everything. So she's definitely someone I'd like to share screen space with eventually in the future, hopefully.
Right. And a lot of people in the industry, for example, Farah Khan, who started as a choreographer and then went into direction, you know, Sonam, who started as a director and went into acting. Is there any other plans for you in the future, or you just want to stick to your acting?
Right now, I think in my mind I only have acting as my sole sort of goal. I haven't really found a want to become a director or you know, anything other than an actor, but maybe in the future, I don't know, who knows.
And would you describe yourself as conservative or incredibly liberal?
I think I'm a bit of both, since my upbringing has been in London, so I am a little liberal, but then again, there's this sort of, as I'm growing up and becoming more reserved, the things I say and the way I dress, I think that's just not really to do with being conservative or liberal, it's just a part of growing up.
And I had a really good question, one second. And yeah, how about, for example, any plans of marriage, any commitment, or you want to be single, you want to mingle? What's your plans?
Right now,
in
I
relationships?
think my only purpose in life is my work, and if anyone comes while I'm doing that, then they're more than welcome. But right
You
now,
have, because you have been linked with several male partners in the past in a quite short period of time. Would you agree with that, or?
I think being a young girl, I mean, anywhere in the world you have a lot of friends, and in the same way I have a lot of friends, a lot of people I know, but no one special.
And what do you believe, what's your take on when people say they got to where they are through the casting couch? What do you think that's very much alive today in Bollywood?
I think they didn't have enough talent.
I see. Okay, well, it was very, very nice interviewing
That was such
you,
a good one.